you and me.
Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
Gave you my love. I tell you what I do. I'd expect a whole lot of love out of you. You got to treat me good. I'll be good to you. There's a whole lot of things you and I could do, baby. When you get right down to it, yeah. You're beautiful. And I wouldn't change one thing about you, yeah. Oh, 'cause you're beautiful. And I don't mind telling the world about you, yeah. You're beautiful. And what about the way you love me? And the way you squeeze me. Simply beautiful. Yeah. You're beautiful. When you needed me, yeah, I was right there by your side. Simply beautiful. Yeah. You're beautiful. I wouldn't change nothing about you, yeah. 'Cause you're beautiful. Yeah. When you get right down to it, when you get right down to it, yeah. When you get right down to it, oh, you're beautiful. I don't mind the world knowing about you. You're beautiful. And I don't care what the magazines say. I don't don't care what the magazines say. You're beautiful, simply beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You're beautiful.
WIFTPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, on a Monday, July 25th. That means that it's less than a week left in July, which means it's less than 1/3 of the summer. We're almost at 1/3 of the summer, Riis. And I must tell you, I feel a certain kind of way. I feel like it's getting past me before I could even get to it. And then I was thinking I took a plug out of the first week, right? Because you know how with the 4th of July being on a week, so it's like if you get the 1st and 2nd like on a Monday, Tuesday, and then the 4th is on a Monday, then you be gone. Then the next thing you know, you come back and it's like halfway through the month. And so it's like my summertime shy. I be trying to get summertime shy. Man, please. I'm going to have to make it year round. I'm going to take Chicago on the world tour, man. That's what I think I'm going to have to do. I think I want to set a goal of getting up out this bad boy on a regular. And be like you know what I do think I want to do? I want to go see the Bears play Dallas in Dallas. And you know I'm a Cowboys fan, right? Like I used to be a bigger Cowboys fan than I was a Bears fan. Cause I only got to watch football like twice a year as a kid. I think I've told this story, right? Like the only time we really got to watch football when I was a kid was during the Super Bowl. Cause everything shut down. But besides that, we was at church. I promise you, I don't think I ever watched a regular season Sunday game until I got to college. Because I worked on...
Probably Thanksgiving, though. You probably watched something on Thanksgiving.
No, we didn't. No. Because I almost feel like they were anti... Like, just because you knew you wanted to watch, you know how you be like... okay, so you ever been in a thing where it's like you be in a competition with yourself? So you never did something. Not that you have anything wrong with it, but like you've never done it. And so then you get to a certain point, well, I never did it, so why should I do it? And I'd be like, but I want to see the football game, because everybody would come to school. Like, you go to school, everybody got a football team, lunchbox. Remember, you used to get the pencils out the machine, and they have a football team on the thing. You was trying to get every team in the league, and everybody be talking about it, and I wouldn't know. And it's part of what... That's why I didn't get to play any organized sports until my junior year in high school, right? Like everybody go play baseball or be on the T-ball team. Nope, none of that for Mason. Straight to church. We're going to play T-ball. Nope. How about that? Nope. Then when you get to your high school and then you finally you ain't never played nothing, so it all be looking good on TV. It'd be like, I could do that. Till the first time somebody hit you, like, to the starting linebacker that's going to the University of Michigan, hits you when you be like, oh, like, they pitch you the ball, you got to run on the halfback sweep, and it be like, wait a minute. You ain't tell it. Oh. Yeah. So, yeah, Riis, so I was a Cowboys fan because it was like in the 70s, it was only the Cowboys and the Steelers, right? And the Mean Joe Green commercial kind of blew me, right? With the, I think way back in the day, I was like, you don't give him your jersey, man? For real? He gets the jersey?
So you only saw the 85 Bears play like one time? You only saw like the Bears play like one time, huh?
No, that's when we came, when I saw the Bears, the first Bears game I ever saw, really ever, was the Miami game when they lost. Because it was on Monday night. And it was like all the hype was all around the world, and it was like, they were like, you couldn't be in Chicago or suburbs in 1885 and not watch the Bears game. And so it was like, that was the Monday Night Football game. And my mom was like, oh, we watch, like, then we would get home, and then after the Bears season, back out again. Then they went to a church in the city, so you knew you wasn't getting none. Because by the time you left church and the drive back, it was like, man, don't help you go to, we used to go to church at that, remember when there was a Quality Inn on Halsted? Remember that big, the hotel that's on Halsted right now, right downtown? That used to be our church.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
It was the Quality Inn. Like, our church burned down, and so we went to church there. Man, please. Riis, I didn't even really know what alcohol was for real until college. Like, I had seen people, but it was such a disdain. Like, we couldn't even have red wine vinegar on our salad. I remember one time they put a salad. We was at a Greek restaurant. They was like, red wine vinegar. Oh, God, take it all away. Man, if you don't eat that red wine vinegar, ain't no day. But we going to be at communion. Drinking grape juice, faking. But why? Did you ever drink the grape juice and fake like you was drunk?
No, we couldn't have communion. They didn't let us have communion.
They're like, you sinning ass. No. Yeah. Did they skip over you? I always be wondering.
You know how them black look at you like, you be like, no, I'm good.
Wait. I always wonder about that. Okay, so let me ask y'all a question, just real quick. We was going to do red flags. I forgot to do it. I might bring that one back. But, Riis, you ever got the communion tray come around and you be you said it happened to you. I be looking at the communion tray sitting in the trunk in the church trying to sweat out the alcohol from the night before because my mama made me come. And then they come by with the communion tray. I'll be like, is it real wine in that? Or am I gonna get it?
The little whips. They did a little pack, a little small little package. Yeah.
Now they done got fancy. They got the whole you dig where you get the wine with the bread in the cup on thing. You gotta peel it off.
Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah, man, I was scared I was gonna spill it though. Man, all right. So have you ever? Hey, so you've literally said pass. Oh, communion.
I've never had communion before a day in my life.
Never.
Never. I ain't never.
Riis, you've never had.
I never. You just learn like, man. I don't know. I never had communion. It's always pass the tray next.
Really? I feel like it's too much peer pressure to pass. I feel like you just take it and be like, God, please don't strike me down. Please, God, don't strike me down. You be like, pass.
Man, I just came from the club 3 hours ago. Here you go, pass the tray. I'm good. I've never ever had.
Have you been baptized?
As a child.
Oh, the water still works.
Yeah, but other than that, nope.
Dang, Riis, you never took communion.
Never.
Now I be feeling. Now that's pressure at the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church, so they give you an option. Right? They don't pass it down the road. You got to get up and walk down the line so you can just not get up. But boy, Riis, I would be scared not to take it because I'd be scared my mama would be looking at me like, what sin did you do? Nothing, mother. All right, y'all. It's the Mace Jackson Show. It's the day after Sunday, so we having some didn't they want us go to church neither. They one of us went to church. Ain't been no parts of no church since Mother's Day. You tripping.
I've been last month.
Oh, you went last month? What'd you go to church for?
They need help on the soundboard, so.
Look, I'm going to tell y'all. Hey, I'm telling you better tell the pastor you know how to work the switcher. You better be like, Pastor, I run the audio visual ministry.
That's what I do. So like I do like the sound for like the little Facebook and all that for them. So I do all that for them.
Do you charge them?
No, I can't charge the church, man.
Shoot, the pastor do.
I can't charge.
The pastor be like, pass me the tithes.
Yeah.
Come on.
I guess
Send that back around.
My mama was one of them people like, you know how you in church and it be somebody needs some. Oh, my baby will do it, and then you know that she'll like give me
that
like $1
me.
or something. Then she be like, So like I'm like, no, okay. So like I never took money from like the church. So, like
they used to I take a tip now. Come on now. I'd be like, I tithe on it. 10%, right? 10. I'm gonna be like, you give me $1. I need $1.10. I need $1 and a dime. Do you got a? If you get $1.10, do you got a tip? You got a tip on the dime too.
Tip on the dime too.
Oh, so you can't put the tithe. I used to try and put the tithe in the price. That don't count. Come on, Lord. I got you yours, man. Do you got? If I get the Lord his whole piece, do I got to get mine? I can't. So let me ask a question, just real quick before we go. I'm gonna move on because I know the Saints is gonna be here in a minute. Y'all mean to tell me if I got $100 and I encourage the person to pay me $110 so that I could give the Lord $10, you think I owe the Lord $11?
You owe the Lord 11. You owe them 11.
Well, it's better than mine because if at the church of Whiftable, it's 40%. I'll let you put the 40% in though. You just give me my 40. I'm cool. All right, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. On a Monday, the day after church Sunday. But I seen y'all out there at Bantu Festival. What do the Lord say about the Bantu Festival? And is Chrisette Michelle back? I thought y'all had canceled Chrisette Michelle because she performed at the Trump joint. Black people love black people. I ain't gonna even lie. You know y'all can get away with whatever. It's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos. DJ Riis the Rule. You going somewhere? What's up, man? How you feeling today?
Man, blessed by the best. You already know the rest is good, man. Monday, start of the week off. Been up since like 3:45.
I seen you got here 10 minutes. You throw my time off when you ain't like
I be outside.
I be feeling Riis, I see you got an Arizona hat on. Is that for the tea? You on vacation and it's glow in the dark. Help me understand what's going on.
Oh, the lime green match my shoes.
Oh, and I think that you ain't got the what's his name, SpongeBob shorts on.
Nah,
you ain't got all right, Riis. I'm just checking, and you know that's how I know you from the West Side, though. That's clearly West Side because Haddon shoes somewhere got to connect, got to match. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even tripping, man. All right, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler. Ruthie's not gonna be with us today, so let's do this. Let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up. 808. All right, I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Man, okay, I'm feeling a little nervous. Riis almost had a car crash yesterday. I was on my way out to Bolingbrook to hang my mother's curtains and pictures, which we'll talk about a little bit later. I'm sure Tennille will talk about it too. Anyway, Riis. So you know how you driving and you got your arm up, and I was driving, and you know, like sometimes like I pay pretty close attention to my body, right? So if anything is abnormal, I know it, right? And I got some pretty smooth skin. So Riis, yesterday I had a bump right here on my arm, and I damn near crashed. Because I was like, oh God, I don't want to have a monkeypox. And I started, look, Riis, I touched it and I scratched it. And then it kind of got, you know how, you know, when you get a bump and you scratch it and it get bigger? I was like, oh my God, I got monkeypox. Oh God, oh God. Then I was listening to the radio, and on the radio they were saying how Chicago is now an epicenter of monkeypox in the world. And Mike Quigley is, World Health Organization has called it a worldwide epidemic. And Mike Quigley says that we need to do everything right now to stop the spread of monkeypox. And Riis, I had a bump on my arm. I almost crashed the car because I was like, oh Jesus, if I have monkeypox. Hey man.
How do you even contract monkeypox?
Well, I'm not sure, but they say that the largest population of it is men sleeping with men, men sleeping with men and women, and the fastest growth is among the gay male population. That's what they say on the news. I have not. Please do not write me up, brother. I'm just telling you what they say. And I saw Dr. Arwady say you can get they're giving the vaccine now in rings. So first you got to either be suspected of having it, you had to have contact with had it, you have to have been in the proximity of somebody who had it, and the priority goes to men who participate with men. That's where it's growing the fastest.
That don't even make no sense.
Sure it does.
How does that?
Riis, I don't even want to get into it. Hey, look, yo, I'm not into that. I don't want to talk about it. I mean, all I am saying is, I was like, that's why.
I would sue them.
Riis, first of all,
to say that two men that's having an intercourse is so like
that is not what they said. What they said is the fastest growing population. It is spreading most quickly in that population. Oh, okay. And they said they did not say you see, look at you. This is not Wednesday. No, this is not Wednesday. It's Monday, Riis. Too early, man. You've been P Valley done got me out. Look, bro. I'm not, Riis. I'm not. You're not gonna get me written up. You're not. I refuse. I am don't go on the CDC, go on the World Health Organization, go look at Dr. Arwady and let Dr. Arwady say it, since you want to run around here and have me. I'm telling you what the people said. Now, can I tell you what that is oddly similar to, though? Mm-hmm. When I was young, they said that was what the spread of HIV was based on. And then so part of the reason that they have to pay attention to it is because they said during the 80s and 90s, the reason that it spread so quickly was because there was an apathy towards the population. So I just want to make sure. Can I tell you what? All right, though. I must say that one of my biggest concerns about the bump was somebody might be like, I was like, I promise. Right? It was just, okay, I'll leave it alone. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Chicago, epicenter, monkeypox. Mike Quigley says we got to spend whatever money we need to stop it. And I got to tell you, after seeing some of the pictures, Riis, anyway. Also, I don't know, but on the rise is a new movement. Okay? I am making you aware. Again, I just want to let you know, Riis, there is a new movement emerging, and it's called the Disability Pride Movement. Okay? The Disability Pride Movement, it is people with disability taking pride in their not being ashamed or being embarrassed. So be on the lookout for the disability pride movement, because I do believe that the pot is getting ready to get bigger, Riis. People of color, remember how they got BIPOC? They're going to be adding letters to it. I'm just telling you, I don't have any problem with it. I'm just telling you they are adding letters to BIPOC. The disability pride movement is emerging. I just saw a newspaper. It was on the front page of the Sun Times on the webpage. They have a new disability pride writer. So, heads up. Ghosted by CTA. Have you heard about this, Riis? So apparently, and I get this is the difference between black people and white people. White people say that they have been getting ghosted by CTA drivers who have not had replacement drivers and refuse to continue to work beyond their hours. So essentially, you go to the bus stop. I can't think of the gentleman's name, but there was a guy from the north side. I can't remember his name. I'm not even going to dig it up. But basically, he was on his way to a variety show in Wicker Park. He was leaving Logan Square. He was on his way to a variety show in Wicker Park, and the bus route couldn't get him there within the time that he needed him to get him there because, Riis, they didn't have any replacement drivers, and the driver said that this was as far as he could go. And he was like, well, you need to keep working till I get to where I go. And so basically, they have now taken up a guerrilla marketing campaign where they are literally putting stickers on poles with QR codes calling out CTA, right, for being ghosted. Now, here is the backstory to that. The backstory to that is CTA is experiencing an overwhelming shortage of drivers, and they do not have people able to complete the shifts. And Riis, what is happening is the white folks, in the midst of their privilege, as they come back to go get their kick it on, as black people was dying. I just need to say though, think about how many black people on the CTA had to keep coming to work in the midst of it. Remember all them videos we saw, people not wearing masks, assaulting the drivers, all that stuff. And in the meantime, there's been a shortage. Like everybody, is a shortage of workers. I have compassion for CTA workers because, you know what I'm saying, Riis? I feel like I know any white people that really work at CTA. Besides in the office.
What you mean by like really working?
Like
really work? It's like janitor and all that.
You ain't never seen a white CTA driver.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen a white CTA driver.
Very few, but they are like
they're probably on the Rogers Park
route.
They're
like more like you probably see them like more like up north or something like that. But it's definitely white CTA drivers.
I just felt like Riis. It was I felt like the story reeked of white privilege. Excuse me. It reeked of privilege. It felt like the guy was upset because he couldn't. I mean, I felt like the story, like if he was like, I was trying to get to the hospital and I couldn't get there and the bus driver stopped, I would feel a certain way.
Man, you know how many times you've been running? I've been running for the bus and he looked at me and kept driving. I stopped, like, you know what I'm saying? Man, I could have put 1 million QR codes, man. Ain't how many times the bus has left a black person? That'd be all right.
Nah, no, they're not. No, Riis, they're not. Like, you know, these are the breaks for us. We'd be like, dag nabbit. Dude was like, I did not make it to my variety show. I really was. I mean, I really just was mad at the story. Like, I understand, like, trying to plan your route around the bus. They like, the buses aren't on time. They don't keep up with the route tracker. I'd be like, brother, I remember people standing on the bus stop. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But this is part of New Chicago, Riis. New Chicago. Like, I feel like the bus, even the fact they got a timer or a tracker, you used to just stand out there and wait for the bus to come. Be like, I hope this bad boy comes sometime today. They like, they're not on time. Whew, okay. My block, my hood, my city. Did you see them, Riis? They was out at Rainbow Beach this weekend. They picked up 340-something pounds of trash from Rainbow Beach. I thought it was dope, except it was only one black person there. I like the white people cleaning up their own beach. They cleaning it up. Now, I was excited because
Is that why I seen? Because I saw so many people like in Forest Park with like the little blue shirts, and I was like, man, how did
they wasn't in Forest Park.
No, I'm just saying, but like I saw like people like wearing them like in my neighborhood.
That's probably because it was probably a day of action somewhere, and like white people unite. Sorry, gosh darn it. Okay, all I'm saying is there was one black dude in the picture, and all I could think was they was like, this sure is a nice beach. Cause I went to I saw the beach on 31st, and there's a lot of white folks down there now too, bro. It's like it's me. I saw white people walk. Gosh. Okay, I got it. We're gonna have a cuss jar. I'm not gonna say white people. I did it again. All right, let's see if I can go through a whole show without referencing. So anyway, I did think it was odd though, Riis, that picture. It was like they did say, "Black dude, you got to get in the picture, dude," because Maze is gonna be talking smack in the morning. But I'm not. Clean up the beach. Shout out to Norman Bolden, who we'll talk about a little bit more, but he got the contract to operate Rainbow Beach. Do they have a boat dock at Rainbow Beach? I don't think so. So, it's like, the people who's... Okay, I'm going to stop. Obsidian. That's all right. We'll talk about it after the break. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We got more headlines. Plus, we got to welcome the Saints. Plus, we got the social media question of the day. We've already got up to 60,000 feet. So let's do this. Let's get this. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me. All roads lead to Solo Beauty Supply, the largest black-owned beauty supply in Chicago. We carry a large selection of natural hair care products, plus much more. So come see us at one of our two locations, located at 9011 South Ashland or 8158 South Cottage Grove. Our inventory is growing, and with your support, Solo Beauty will continue to be a source of pride in our community.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:39 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. The Chicago Cubs stay hot after the All-Star break, winning their fourth straight 4-3 against the Phillies as the Sox win 6-3. Head over to traffic now in Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop will be 21 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 17. On the Eatons, inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange will be 28 minutes and 28 minutes back. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 37 minutes, 29 minutes to Thorndale. The Stevenson, 38 minutes, I-355 to the Dan Ryan. Outbound will be 31. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan. 32 minutes, 27 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 18 minutes to the Loop, 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive South, 55th to Jackson and back will be 7 minutes and 8 minutes north. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 70 and mostly sunny. Today will be a high of 75 with a low of 66. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Monday here on The Maze Jackson Show.
Glory. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis, the ruler, on the ones and twos. And y'all know how we do every day at 6:30. Gotta say what's up to the Saints of WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, the Saints of WBGX 1570 AM. You can catch us every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 AM. That's right, 6:30 AM, 8 AM on WBGX 1570 AM. Give us a call, 312-872-259-7474. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Also, can't forget the sinners, because the sinners, while the Saints get here early and leave early, get here late and leave early, the sinners get here late, early, and stay late. That's right. If you are one of the sinners, you get here with us at 6 and you stay till 9. You catch us every day, Monday through Friday, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. That's right, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Oh, I can't even do that. I might get in trouble for that too, right? I got a Twitch. You know, I'm talking about the Twitch, the video Twitch, so let me stop, because I don't want nobody tripping on me. All right, y'all. Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. Riis, I'm feeling kind of powerful. I know y'all hate to hear it, but old Joe got me again. Yesterday, he was like, he said, don't be speaking about the negative, speak the power. He was like, your tongue guide the ship. Right? We got to guide the ship. I'm just telling y'all that Joe be sneaky. I know he ain't opened the doors of the church. That's because he was busy in there. He was in the lab, y'all. Was in the lab. You know, I'd be like, is that a fro he got? What is his hairstyle? I wonder what that is. Anyway, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. But I'm feeling really empowered and charged up, Riis. I don't know if you all have been paying attention, but I have forever and a day been talking about just having a place. I told y'all I'd be tired of telling y'all I love going to the Soho House, but I really hate talking to y'all about it because I feel like I'm bragging because I get to go to the house, right? And I said that I've been saying that I want a place of our own. And Riis, it is finally here. Obsidian, Chicago's premier members-only club on the south side of Chicago. That's right. It's private, member-exclusive events. Do y'all know we got Taco Tuesdays coming up every Tuesday in August, and starting the second week of August? Tacos starting off with Taylor's Tacos, 3 tacos and a cup. Part of our new membership drive. We're going to have co-working space. So if you need a place to stop, you need a place to have a meeting, right? You just got to get on your laptop, take care of some work, run through some business. We'll have a place for you to do that. We've got meeting and special event space, as well as, we got multimedia. So now all you got to do is you plug it in. We put it on all the screens everywhere. We got multiple big screen TVs. We got food valet service. Riis, you know what a food valet is? You know about food valets? So I've been going to these other private clubs that people are going to, and the food valet, Riis, is essentially they don't have a food license, but what they do is let you order Uber Eats, and then they serve it to you on plates. Right, so they come, they take it, they unpackage your box it to you, put it on the plate for you like a meal. So you can have anything you want, deliver right to the spot. You sit on down, you be acting like once it get there, it's like you at the restaurant.
Like that, man.
Sit on down. You come, you got your meeting, you on your way, you put your Uber Eats in there, it get delivered, right? My man put on the gloves, he get out the plates, he get out the silverware, he do the whole thing. You sitting at your table, you got your little mean, you got your chicken wings on would you like some Grey Poupon with that, sir? Right? Food valet got you straight. So you can have anything you want. You want steak and lobster? Order it. Have it right there delivered. Yeah, people be looking around like, what is this? They got steak and lobster. Steak and lobster. right? Then I'm gonna tell you, after the food valet service, then you got we got free parking. You know, the first thing every time somebody try to invite you somewhere, next thing you know, you driving around the block 20 times. Skirt, skirt, skirt. Riis, you get skirt, skirt, skirt. Pull up, get your park on. Now I gotta tell you, you can reserve your space. Like if you're a member, you can reserve a table. You know, if you want to sit. And Riis, I gotta wait till I tell y'all about this other part because I was out shopping this week. I've been real particular about this, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit later. Did I save a spot on that? Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all about it a little later. But man, I was out shopping this weekend, and Riis, can I tell you, I've been very Can I tell you what I'm super excited about?
What's up?
Is that I feel like I've curated every seating area. So, Riis, one of the things that I've been worried about, not worried about, one of the things that I know about black folks is, you know how white ice is typically colder? I feel like you can't really talk, there's no cheap seats, Riis. Everything has come from the highest end, high places. So like the Ritz-Carlton. Like when you sit at the tables for your co-working space, you're gonna be like, hold on. Now if you was too good, are you too good for the Four Seasons? I'm telling you, it's going down. So arrange your tour, arrange your membership tour, because we are having our introductory. We are all the month of August is our membership drives. So we're gonna be inviting you. We got comedy. We got Dawn Boatman starring in Tacos and Taco Tuesdays. We got Michi Hall doing Thursdays as part of our comedy and karaoke. Get your karaoke songs together. Don't nobody care about no A-Ball or MJG. Nobody care about that. But it's cracking. Riis, we got books coming, magazine. Like you could get a black book. It's gonna be off the chain. Members only, but you can bring a guest. So you can bring your friends and then be like, you got to join, but we only got space for 200 people. Only 200 members. So when the application goes live, we're going to ask you to jump on and get with us. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Support your own. Weekend at Mom's. I put that on my thing. I went to my mom's house yesterday. Recent, when I realized I didn't have monkeypox because I was going to turn around. I was like, I can't get my mom monkeypox. I went in and my mom told me, bring your tool bag. So I brought my tool bag. And Riis, I hung the curtains. And then my mom had me hang the glass pictures on the wall. And y'all be nervous about the glass pictures on the wall. Because you know the glass pictures on the wall, if they fall, you're going to have a real problem. But I got it all done. And my mom was like, look, I went to my mom's house and her ceiling looked like ours did up here. Where's all them holes where I missed and was like, oh, dang, that one didn't work. That one didn't work. This time I was all on it, Riis. I had my laser level, had my stud finder, had my drill mounts left out of there. My mom was like, oh, she was happy. So I knocked that out. Yes, so I was doing some work as a handyman this weekend. Also, man, shots fired, literally. Riis, so one of the things I love about the West Side is the organization of it. But one of the things I hate about the West Side is the organization of it. I promise you at about, I think it might have been 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday, had to be military gunfire. Military. Like, no, not no switch. This was military gunfire. I mean, I'm talking about I was like, and then I heard it the night before. And you know how sometimes you be like, oh, that's firecracker. There was no question. And I know all the people in the neighborhood, new and old, were like, the hell just happened here? But apparently, and I don't know this for a fact, there is a challenge going on between organizations out west, and we happen to live in the remaining pocket of where it is. So we are currently avoiding Washington, we are avoiding from, well, actually, now I'm going past Western. I think Sacramento all the way to Ashland. From Washington to the lake, I ain't going. I'm just not doing it. Riis, then I don't know if you saw there was a funeral for out south on 103rd, and they shot up the funeral with people outside. Shot 3 people. Car pulls up, shooting on Sacramento. Anyway, crazy. Like, so I think there's going to be some other issues on that one too. Some retaliation apparently is going on, bigger, larger, and smaller. So, man, I'm gonna stay off these Facebook. Like, some days I just be like, Facebook is a good thing and a bad thing. Facebook gave me the warning not to take my shortcut, and I will not be taking the shortcut for probably till I see something else on Facebook that say we have accomplished our mission. Jesse White extended your driver's license deadline. So if your driver's license was expired, you now have until December 1st.
What you mean by expired?
Like if you have a driver's license
right now,
yeah, not plate but license,
and it's expired, I'm good.
Yeah, till December 1st. He been extending it. Yeah,
that's what's up.
Riis, you better. When did it expire?
It expired like a month ago or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Now we're gonna let it be right there. Okay.
Nah, it was good then.
Okay. Mayor Lightfoot is unveiling her plans for the Bears Dome. I don't know why she's doing this, Riis, because the Bears are gone. You think the Bears will stay? Like, you think they could add a dome to Soldier Field now after the second time of rebuilding it? No.
Nah, they need some ownership money in it because they don't get paid for that stadium, so they're trying to go somewhere where they can get some money.
Well, they need to, because you know that the all of the owners get a salary. Their dad put it in a trust and they get a salary. So the Bears don't. They're not like, they don't make like bazillions of dollars. It's crazy. And then I guess my thing now is the paper is trying to say the mayor is working on building up a sense of inevitability, Riis, i.e., now they're starting to say, can anybody beat her? And it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if white folks come back. I don't know. That state, we might have to change up our theme song, Riis. Ness! No, I don't want to go through 4 more years of beef. So anyway, we'll figure it all out. All right, that is the Maze Jackson. Those are the headlines. Let's move on. Riis, you got your finger on the button. Get your finger to the trigger. Let's get this bad thing going. Ready? It's time, Riis. It is time.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Okay, Riis, I talked about this before, but I just saw a story in the paper. All right. Riis, do you know where the Food for Less was on Van Buren? What's so funny, man? Huh? Dude.
Reading down Devin.
Oh, I didn't even see Devin. I ain't gonna even mess with Devin.
So if the mayor gives the Bears,
I ain't even read it. I can't even get that. So, a social media question of the day. Riis, people, why does it feel like the game has changed? The dope game. Right? Like, what? First of all, I don't know that crack really ever hit Chicago the way that it hit everybody else. Look, Riis, you looking like, yeah, it did. No, I don't know that crack hit like it hit in L.A. I don't know if it hit like it hit in New York. I don't know. Crack? Okay, maybe so.
Ain't got no uncles around.
Riis, I don't have, really, I'll be honest with you. I've been completely blessed to tell you that I might have some cousins somewhere down the line, but we don't really have any, like, actively participate, at least that I know of. But now, Riis, I didn't used to know what the lean was. Like, I would be like, what is going on with that dude? Like, we would be out west and Sweet would be like, oh, they got a what they call it? He said they got a, I can't think of what he would call it, but they got a something. And anyway, you would see people and they would be like almost on a 40-degree angle.
Cute angle, huh?
Like, they'd be like like this, Reese. Like they was doing the Michael Jackson. Doom doom da da doom doom da da doom doom da da doom doom. It's the dope fiend lean.
Yeah, the dope fiend lean.
And I remember periodically there would be these explosions of death from a spot. Right? There would be these explosions of death, and then all of a sudden they'd be like, and then there'd be a news some on the news, and they'd be like, people are dying from not cannabis, but from heroin, laced, rat poison laced heroin or something along those lines. But then what people would do is they would all run over there because it would be a line out the block, because they'd be like, man, if somebody died, they'd be able to get even a longer line, because people be like, man, they got a fire over there. Hold on. I'm about to, because somebody's really wearing me out this morning. Okay. So I would see the dope fiend leans, and then you would find a new tip, and that new tip would be tipping. But then, Reese, I remember there was this introduction of fentanyl. And I remember when fentanyl first came to the space, and people would say, man, we got this fentanyl is going to kill you, and it's like one drop of fentanyl will kill you. Now fentanyl is in damn near everything. And so, Reese, they have now gotten to the point in the growth of in fentanyl and opioids. And opioids has grown because of, right? Remember when they was doing the Oxycontin and stuff, and then all the white people would get gosh darn it, all the people would get addicted. I'm gonna put $1 in every time I say white people. That one don't count though. Yeah. Should I put 10 up now? Okay, so I'm gonna try and not say white people after this. For every time I say it, I'm putting $1 in. All right. So they have. Remember when I was telling you about these safe injection sites? Remember I said they are going to have places where you could literally go and do your product and then safely do it, prevent yourself from getting robbed, and then you could not overdose and come down. Well, Reese, they got the first one. Guess where it is? Van Buren and Pulaski. Okay? In a parking lot where they have set up 2 tents, 2 pop-up tents, folding the lawn chairs that you bring to the festival, a cooler with water, and an RV. And it is now one of the first safe injection sites. Now, the story opens with a man coming to this location and declaring that I just took PCP, which is angel dust, and I'm hiding the mug. They then get him a chair to sit until he comes down. They offer him water, and they monitor him until he does not die, to make sure he doesn't die. At which point, when he shakes it off, he's able to go back out, handle his biz, and then come sit in the tent. It's not a tent. It's the pop-up in the parking lot at Van Buren and Pulaski. Now, Reese, as I think about this, and now one of the things that the guy who put it together says is that it's like if you have a safe place to be, you can not be beaten up. You can stop from being beaten up or robbed or rolled while you're in this state. And there's somebody to check on you to make sure that you don't die and overdose because of the record number of overdoses. Now, I got to ask you a few questions. First of all, give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Should we be creating these safe user spaces for opioid addicts? And what makes this, like, I gotta be honest with you, Reese. When I saw, it was much different than what my vision was. Like, I at least thought that they were going to make a place, like a building, where you could come in and it was all white and you had to buzz in or something. Or, you know what I mean? And there was clean, safe bathrooms you could wash. This really, Reese, they put a pop-up spot in a parking lot. And I was just wondering, is that really a good thing? And I can understand the compassion of the gentleman who put it up, because he said he was an addict for 9 years. And he wished that there was a place like that for him. So my question is, one, why are we attracted to death? Right? Like, you know that fentanyl, these drugs are laced with fentanyl. They said 42% of the drugs that you get on the street have fentanyl in them. We know that there are cartels and other foreign entities that are putting literally product in the things that will kill our population. And we still taking it. Right? So that's my first part. The second thing is this really what we want? And then I was just thinking, like, Reese, what would you want a opioid recovery center in your neighborhood? Like, what parking lot would you want to know in Forest Park that was where the heroin addicts came to sleep off or to let their high wear off, so they not standing out in the middle of the street? Which I really don't. They be making me nervous when they in the middle of the street, though, Reese. Because it's like they get straight, they stand right in the middle of the lane. And then I'd be like, dog, I'm gonna hit you. And So, Reese, and I want y'all to give us a call, 872-259-7474. Should we be creating safe user spaces for opioid addicts, and do you want it in your neighborhood? Right? Like, what does that look like? I gotta tell you, Reese, this pop-up thing I completely understand the sentiment. But I feel like it's going to attract Did you watch The Wire? Remember Amsterdam? Like, I feel like this is going to become like a place for Amsterdam, which is, and I don't know how you solve that, right? Because I do believe that there needs to be treatment, and you want to get people and you don't want to, but realistically, it's like, is it like a legalized dope house? Like, you could bring a pack, I gotta, give us a call, 872-259-7474. I have limited experience in this space, so I don't want to denigrate anyone, but I do think, like, Reese, if they did this in a if they did this in a suburb of Chicago that was not Harvey or Robbins or something like that, I think there would be protesters from other communities that would not want that, even if it was a place for their own children. And I feel like these things are going to wind up in our neighborhoods. They were talking about how great it was because it was right off the expressway, which was, to me, where all the people from the suburbs come to get their drugs and then come right here. Am I crazy? Or have we just, and if that's the case, should we just make it all legal and let people do what they want to do? And then just say, do it here, and we control it. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I'm going to take a quick break, but then I do want to know, would you allow a legalized drug-safe space in your neighborhood? Would you want it in, Reese, we do have a tremendous amount of addicted people in our neighborhoods. Would you condone that being in a neighborhood and it was a space where they had to be there, and if you was outside of that space? Let's talk about it when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Broken screen, crash system, Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
I'm feeling good, y'all. Smiling more every day. Closer to my dreams. Hey, guapole, the food tastes better. I stopped smoking squares. Healing from the inside out, making repairs. I forgave some people. Thanked them for the lessons, cause holding on to it was blocking my blessings. No more stressing. Worry dishonors God, so I just pray, and I'm loving my odds. Mingle with like minds, gravitate where light shines. Graduate, masters, your rhymes ain't like mine. Big Dank from the west side, this is my best self. Taking vacations, hoping the rest helps. Got a career now, loving what's ahead. My spirit is free from the stuff that I shared.
I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way, more than just talk about. Today's a holiday, that's what it's all about. I feel good now, ain't that what life's about? New days, something to sing about. Let's do it a new way. More than just talk about. Today's a holiday. That's what it's all about. I'm feeling so good now. Walking on higher ground. Got out the country. Visit some new towns. Made some new friends. Let go of some bad ones. Soon as that took place, everything got fun. My life started going up. Opportunities showing up. I'm back where I want to be. No headaches and throwing up. Reconnect with the homie. It's positive energy. Vibes and wavelengths. It's all about frequency. I'm back with my first love. It feel like the first time I'm back in the studio. This ain't my first rhyme. I wake up every day. Blessed is heavenly. Before I ain't say much. Now I got much to say. Raised my credit score. Got rid of some past debt. Heard that's attractive. Well, call me a magnet. Plug into an outlet. Living life outright. All on my Kid Cudi. Focusing day and night. Right? Now ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days. Something to sing about. Let's do it a new way. More than just talk about. Today's a holiday. That's what it's all about. I feel good now. Ain't that what life's about? Thank you for new days. Something to sing about. Let's do it a new way. More than just talk about. Today's a holiday. That's what it's all about.
Feel good. BCC mind state gets busy. That's the cardinal rule.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
If you ain't trying to help us, don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies now, other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we unite, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect, you oppress the soft.
You gotta do more than
up, Chicago? Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. Riis, they don't want to call because they scared to talk about this. They scared to talk about it. But the fact of the matter is, I saw somebody say, what does the local alderman say about that? I would tell you that I don't think that the local alderman really had a say in it. It very much seems, okay, so when the University of Illinois Chicago supports an initiative like this, right? You find yourself put in a position where you can't say, hey, look, I feel you, but I don't want it in my neighborhood. Right? You can lead the protest, but then you find yourself leading a protest against your own family members. They leverage us against us. So what are you supposed to say? We should not have treatment centers for, like Riis. Talk to me. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I feel like there's compassion, but I don't know that that's what it looks like. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand you do what you can, and that may be his personal mission, but I don't know that I would want that attracted to my neighborhood. Especially open air, right? Like, you got to take it inside. You got to, right? Like, is there any, like, I don't know, Riis. I feel like, I don't want to criminalize usage and addiction, but how do you deal, and I think how do you deal with the side effects of that? Does that mean that then that neighborhood becomes think about how they treat 10 cities. Like, they don't want people underneath the expressways, the L's, or any of that. I guess, should we have safe user spaces, and can they really be open air user spaces in our neighborhoods? Is that a positive for us? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, how you feel? Okay, so first of all, how do we manage our compassion for the addicted, their need for treatment, the desire to prevent continuous overdoses, while still having some semblance Riis, this, and then if this gets funded, can I tell you what's going to happen? Every vacant lot in your neighborhood is going to be somebody getting funded. And if you can put this up as the model, like Riis, this is the same thing as the pop-up, the dudes that be giving away the free government phones smack dab in the middle of the sidewalk. I think it contributes to the degradation of our, like, if you're going to do it, you got to do it to me in a space, like, they got to say, okay, give them the save food for less, or give them the save them a lot, or give them a space that has a certain level of, but like, to just be making up a pop-up, Riis, I'm sorry, I'm going to pull up a picture of it, because I need for people to see it, but give me a call, 872-259-7474. Should we have these safe spaces, safe injection sites in our neighborhoods? Riis, what say you? Oh, I forgot, you're a Republican anyway, dog.
No, I definitely disagree in the neighborhood where your children walk. It's like kind of hard to explain, because when you see that in your neighborhood, somebody would think like, well, it's okay if I'm using, because I have a location to where I can go use. Also, it's giving off the image of, are you trying to stop crime? But like, I'm confused. Like, if I was a drug dealer, I'd be happy. Like, all snap. So I know my sales are finna go up, because now it's okay to sell, and they're not gonna, and like use. So and you said funding. So that's my next question. Funding means that you're gonna know that there's gonna be drug dealers out there selling this. So you have to be in some form of okay, because the government is not gonna just fund you and then lose money. So you have to be in some form of okay with someone selling someone some drugs to keep these places open, then that So it's like, are you keeping drug dealers on the street? You know, all this stuff that we've been hearing is true. So it's like I said, it's a slippery slope, and I don't know what person can even campaign. I think an alderman or like whoever that says that they're okay with that should lose the next election. Like, who would put that in the neighborhood? How do you tell children like that that's okay or something? You know, it's just like kind of weird. So I definitely disagree.
So I want you to look at it, Riis. I put it up on the page. I'm gonna put a full screen picture of it because I really do feel like this is a challenge for me. Like, and I don't want to denigrate the brother that's doing it, but give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, that is a straight, like, 2 pop-ups in the van. Those people right there are coming down. I want you to take a look at that. And I think, like, Riis, what happens when it's 6 10s, 8 10s? And somebody did just ask, so what's the rules? Like, who handles distribution? And you do know, Riis, you do know that those will become hotspots. Those will become, because, Riis, we know how it worked for us, right? Some enterprising entrepreneur is going to take that and set the tip up a block away from them. And I feel a certain way. I want to have compassion, but how do you manage that? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Should we have safe injection sites in our communities? Is this a winning premise? And I guess my question is, do our elected officials fight for or against this, knowing how the opioid crisis has impacted us? Remember, right now, Cook County is experiencing the highest number of overdoses it's ever had. 42% of the fentanyl, 42% of the drugs that are in the street now are laced with fentanyl. People are putting it in everything because they want to create a permanent market of walking zombies. Call us. Would you have it in your neighborhood? 872-259-7474. Riis, and are we blaming the victims or are we empowering them? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What you got? Caller, you there?
What's up, Maze? What's up, Maze Riis?
What up,
How you feel,
Tyrone
soldier?
What's up, Captain? I had a different topic for you, but go ahead. What's up? I got something else you're gonna be calling in later. But go ahead. What's up, brother?
Look, brother, let me just say this, man. Just like those, ultimately, I don't care who's the author of it, if it's black or white. At the end of the day, they are adverse, as I think. I mean, you just said it. Because if I'm a drug dealer, I'm gonna prey on those particular sites, right? So it becomes havens for other acts, right? And with that being said, because you got to then put the equal and a certain amount of security, even to secure those sites or areas, so that don't happen. And with that being said, man, we never seem to own anything we create or think of, right? I just look at all of those, just say cannabis, for instance, right? We've been incarcerated for 70 years for that flower, bro. And we don't even control 0.1%, 2% of the total market across the country. And the whole heroin aspect, bro. If you still got brothers languishing in prison for being a supplier, and just because you became the user, because a lot of brothers was the suppliers before they became the users, man. Think about it, right? They was the users. I mean, the suppliers. And now it seems like you want to put a sense of benevolence on it to help those. You say blaming the victim. No, I don't see it as that way. I don't see it that way. I see it as now they're going to capitalize off this while brothers are still languishing in prison for the very thing that they giving compassion to the users. Once again, like I always say, we don't produce weed in this country. We don't produce heroin in this country. We don't produce bullets and guns in this country. But all around in all those ills of America, we are the ones that victimized and most affected by all of these ills that America produce. Now, what do we do, man? What do you say about that, bro? I never see them get at the root of anything, bro. They never get at the root of anything. We always putting Band-Aid solutions on all the issues. You can't, when they plucking fruits off the tree, but they never deal with the tree, bro. And until politicians start waking up or saying that, then I will believe them. No, you shouldn't allow that stuff, man. You should fix the problem. That's not a solution, man. If it was, it would be fixed already. It's not the first of its kind. It's not. It's only because now that whites are most affected by this opioid epidemic that, that they actually are open to anything anyway in that line. But when it was us, man, they didn't ever think about nothing like that. They criminalized it. And if you're going to do that, then you need to figure out a way to decriminalize everything, bro, and get them brothers free from the prisons, man, because you use that as a tool to justify destroying black men and boys in our communities on every level. So I just want to listen for a few seconds, see what you got to say in your comment, and if I have to respond back.
Man, you ain't really got it. I ain't got nothing to say. You said it, brother. I feel like you hit it on the head all the time in these spaces, right? Like, I raised the picture to this because I think it's important for people to visualize this, right? Like for them to see what exactly is being called the remedy in our communities, right? Like this is like and I think it's the picture. If you look at the picture, they got to save a lot, right? Think about what save a lot means in our neighborhood. Look at what this is and look at how they'll position us compared to what it will look like when they build a state-of-the-art heroin recovery center in the suburbs. Meanwhile, these people right here, once this is done, they're going to lock them back up, yo. I'm just telling you. They're going to get locked up.
But look, man, the heroin and the drugs and the violence is not the one thing, the solely or the biggest thing killing us, bro. The fact that we allow these corner store gas stations and pop-ups all in our community. They have people going in gas stations, bro, eating the meal, putting cheese and chips on spoiled meat and putting chips on cheese and walking Dorito bag. Our kids is eating this crap all in our communities, man. And them Arabs and the Indians are not feeding that crap to their children. They getting a real home cooked meal. They get nutrition. They got cultural food. And they come in our neighborhoods and feed this garbage to our community, bro. And then when you start talking about aldermen and what they've already accepted it. Anytime you give people zoning to continue to pop up garbage in our community, Babas, then they got some stuff they call a lemonade that's 5 times 10,000 grams of sugar in it. And then you got these diabetes centers popping up all in our community that we don't own or control. Man, quit playing with me, man. We dying not from heroin, not necessarily even the guns. People are dying from diabetes and heart attack more than that. And that's that covert death that they putting on us that we not necessarily doing to ourselves. We allowing this stuff, bro. If you're going to deal with the issues that is black issues and our condition and social experiment, bro, you got to deal with it from every level. And you will find no one lacking and not wanting in this space because everybody has a hand in it. Every elected official got a hand in it. Because if your alderman in your community still look the way they look and you've been an alderman more than 2 terms, you the problem. You the problem. And we got to start showing them that they're the problem and figuring out solutions as we identify these locations, these communities, where we can remove some of these people out of these offices and start putting things back on track, bro. That's just what it is, man. We got to quit playing with these people, stop playing with black people, and let them know they the authors of their own demise. So stop looking at white folks. Stop looking in the mirror.
I'm going to take that one. Start looking in the mirror. That's my man, Tyrone Muhammad. Hey, man, I do think it's kind of crazy when you look at the correlation of the diabetes centers I mean, I think we broke this whole thing down. Remember when we went over Loretto and we talked about how they was trading our COVID vaccines while they was opening up? Remember, and the dude had set up where he was opening up a diabetes center that he had a right population from. We are the tools. Jesus Christ, it's crazy. Go to the live line. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. Should we have these pop up safe spaces in our communities?
What's going on, bro?
What's up, Devo? This the president of Black People First. What's up, doggy? How you feeling, man?
Hey man, I'm feeling great, man, and it's cool that I follow, Tyrone, because I agree with what Tyrone is saying, and and think about how this is going to be monetized. So this is how the slow trickle begins. Then the next thing, they're going to give them a grant to provide outpatient, inpatient areas so that they can consume these narcotics in our neighborhoods. And the city is going to give it to them, and then the community won't have any to say in what they wanted, and then it's going to be like the community wanted it to be in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's how this stuff actually starts, man. So the consumption of narcotics is a Band-Aid for people to escape the reality, because we know Black life is hard. Life is hard, man. So, you got to look at trying to fix the people and getting real subject matter experts at the table instead of people that just want to make money off of death and destruction within our communities. Because these types of facilities won't be in it won't be in these affluent neighborhoods. So they do it so they can kill our people off. It's going to get violent. We know what's going to happen. It's all going to feel the same timeline, and then it's going to look like we were complicit because that's what we wanted, when the truth was we did not want it in our community, and that's what's going to happen. Hey, and just to segue a little bit, hey, when did you say that you became I need the timeline of when you were a Cowboys fan, bro. Mario was asking.
You know what? Goodbye. Hang up.
I got him.
Click. Thank you. He got nothing. Ninja. Been around here trying to. Hey, bro. I've been a Cowboys fan. I was a Cowboys fan. I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to root for the Cowboys against the Bears. I was a Cowboys fan before I was a Bears fan, and then I was like, I can't be Devin. I can't be sitting up in here around my peoples, and so that's what it is. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Y'all, I think Diane Scott said something. She said, "Is there zoning for that? Like, what's the zoning for that?" So hold on, we could get a pop up. Can I open up a pop up dope spot then? Right? Can I put my can I do cannabis like that? Right? Like, again, Riis, I just feel like, and this is really no disrespect to the brother, because he was a former addict, right? And so this is his labor of love and this mission. But, I feel a certain way when they be like, with opioid deaths at record levels, users now have a safe space on the West Side. Riis, that's what we get, though. If, you can't say, Riis, you cannot put in the newspaper, with opioid deaths at record levels, safe space on West Side. And then they show that, Riis, ain't nothing safe about this. Riis, just open it. Look, I'm sitting around. Let me tell you what. Riis, if it was me, you know where the tip would be? Right in the parking lot. I'd be like, I would turn this into a dope lounge. Like, come get your joint, go over there, sit down. You ain't got to be out on the street. Look, I would provide the water. If it was me, I would hook that up. They'll have nice tents. And guess what, Riis? I'd be like, come to the dope lounge. Riis, this I don't know. It's the Maze Jackson Show. You know what I also want to know? Do they have a washroom? Because, again, I sure don't want my alley to be, and we think of number one. Riis, you be constipated. Riis, I'm telling you. The worst thing in the world is one thing when you realize you cleaning up dog stuff. It's a whole nother thing when you be like, wait a minute. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Callers, do we want safe spaces to do drugs in our neighborhoods? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. I thought that was what the house was for on the block. Go ahead.
Peace family, how y'all doing? This is Erica. How y'all doing?
What up, Sister Erica? How you doing? New era in the building. I seen you out there bantuing.
Nah, I was just chilling. But we don't want that stuff. We have enough of it in our communities. They have one right across the street from South Shore High School, and just to have a bunch of zombie type folks, and forgive me, I'm gonna call a spade, just a bunch of zombie type folks walking around early in the morning with our youth getting ready to go to school. It's just not a good look. It's not a good feel. And it doesn't represent us well. If they really wanted to help, then, y'all monitor, the amount of drugs that's coming out. This is not something that we have typically in our medicine cabinets. A lot of this stuff is stepped on and all of that stuff. So, we just got to find a way to really hit the problem, and that's not it. They really want to tell them send it downtown to see how that works.
Right. You see, thank you, Sister Erica. I appreciate you. Give us a call. 872-259-7474. Do you want open air? Wait, let me see how they say it. Let me read it again so I don't mess it up. With opioid deaths at record levels, users now have safe space on the west side. See, this is how we be getting the reputation, though, Riis. Riis, this. See, now the south side people gonna be talking smack. Like, look, that's out west. Riis. I am a little bothered, though. They gave us 2 tents. And they should have made them tents black and gold. Dang, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Do we need to create safe spaces within our neighborhoods for opioid victims of the opioid epidemic? Caller.
Hi, Maze. This is Uncle Rosie.
Uncle Rosie, what's up, man? I missed you, man. We thought y'all was going to come fellowship with us on Saturday, but we missed y'all.
No, we missed the key. There was somebody threw a curve and we struck out.
You never strike out, Uncle Rosie. You might have swung and missed, but you ain't strike out. You always gonna be on base with us. What's up, man? And tell Miss Berman James I said hey too.
I sure will. And she loved to hear that. I was, Brother Muhammad is really, really spot on. I got to tell you, and Sister Erica is really, really spot on. And when we look at our wards, our community, and we look at the economic base, and we see foreigners occupying all of those spaces, then there must be a probable cause, and we must start at the base. Those people had to get permits to get into our city, into our community.
That don't look like a permit. That don't look like it's permitted. That look like a squat spot.
Right. Well, let's put it this way. The answer is white folk have and other races have the same problems we have. You don't see that kind of stuff set up in their communities. So why can't we use the same proven techniques that the white folk been using for their dope heads or sick people or whatever you want to call the situation? You don't have to create a new issue for us. Take what's working. And the other thing is when you see, we need to sue the United States government for subjecting us to this kind of tyranny. Like they said, we do not own the boats, the airplanes, we don't own the seeds, we don't own any of the elements of destruction that attack us. Then we need to go and demand this issue along with our reparations. No more time to negotiate. It's time to activate. Thank you, Brother Lee. I love you.
Thank you, Uncle Rosie. Hey, I gotta tell you, somebody just let me go back to my comments because I need to hold on. Cause somebody hit it on the head. Have you ever been to San Francisco, Riis? Okay, let me find this comment because somebody hit it real good, and I wanna dang it. Somebody said if all you have to do is go to San Francisco one time, step on something and realize that it's human waste and that it's a biohazard. Think about all of I just think like, so Riis, essentially this to me is this is like one of those, what starts out as a good idea or like, like what they say, all something is based in good intentions. Like, I feel like I understand if you was if you were a former addict and you got rolled, you got beat up, you would love to have had a place where you could go sit down and do your stuff and be safe. I completely understand his compassion for that. But if we see what has happened in places like San Francisco, Riis, where the homeless or this drug population is now not even trying to, it's like they have now created a space. You ever been to downtown Atlanta? Like Atlanta, not when you be walking down the street and they call it aggressive panhandling, where they be like, you pretty much getting taxed to walk down these streets. I just think that they set these things up in our neighborhoods and they tell us it's compassion and they'll lay our people out as victims and the next thing you know, we'll be in a space where ain't nobody having that fuss. So anyway, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I'm going to switch up in a minute, but I do want to know, do you think we should have open air should we create safe spaces for opioid addicted people in our communities? Because, Riis, I just don't know how this ends well. Like, and the thing that really is driving me nuts about this picture is I don't see no porta potties. I don't. I did not see them talk about porta potties in the conversation. Riis, have you walked through a viaduct where they got all them tents and no porta potties? Have you ever let your window down driving through the underneath the? Now, that is, my friend, on Van Buren and Pulaski. That's acceptable on Van Buren and Pulaski, but why? And what does that mean for that community on Van Buren and Pulaski? And then what happens when it becomes a camp? I don't know, man. Thank you, Salim. The road to ruin is paved with good intentions. We'll talk about it more. Well, actually, we're going to move on. When we come back, we're going to talk about the battle for the Democratic Party of Illinois, because it is a war going on outside. And somebody asked me to ask some questions that I have, but I got a lot more questions to talk about. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every Saturday where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition to how to knock on a door to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. This is a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Maze Jackson.
from the situation that don't happen often. I mean, it's involving something that's scalding. Hot the topic is, it needs some resolving. It's kind of puzzling, sometimes solving. But after I thought about it, sent her to Walgreens to pick up a few things to stop me from stalling. Otherwise, I'ma be blunt and she gon' be balling. And I don't need that. Or her brother calling, talking them fight words. Now we gon' be brawling. I'm more of a stand-up. I don't be falling for that okie doke. It's better dissolving. Call me a nice guy. Yeah, I like nice things. It's best to stay away from chicks that's trifling. I'm not a rival, so I don't be rivaling. But end up in this scene, I won't be wifing. You know.
Avoid a quick fail. Take heed to this wise tale.
If you feel me like real, take heed to this wise tale.
Whether male or female, take heed to this wise tale.
Outside or in jail, take heed to this wise tale.
She got a secret, don't know where she keep it, don't know why she hide it. Guess it's convenient. She like a zebra, two things at one time. It ain't black and white when you lived it a lifetime. She got a story, might be a fable, no categories. She don't like labels. She like a loner, maybe she's selfish. Something is fishy, but she don't like shellfish. She say that her phone broke and she need a new phone. She got a night job, now she got two phones. One for the pubic, one for the public. I Freudian slip, y'all, I think that you dug it. She got a curfew, she live in a group home, but she in Miami, getting her look on. She can't be truthful, not what she built for. Mouth might be useful, but nothing to kill for. You know?
Avoid a quick fail, take heed to this wise tale.
If you feel me like real, take heed to this wise tale.
Whether male or female, take heed to this wise tale.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the rule on the ones and twos. Hey y'all, that is Abstract Mind State. Abstract Mind State. Take heed to this wise tale. My favorite part is pubic public. What Freudian slip? That was funny. One for the public, one for the pubic. Slip, something I don't know, but it's good. Like, shout out to Abstract Mind State and the grown folks. And that out like a lot of, so you got to listen to it. Check it out on all streaming platforms. It's pretty good, man. It's and it is a Kanye completely produced album. Imagine being 40 plus and Kanye say, "I want to produce your joint." And every song, the only other person he did that for was Common. Like every song, not even Jay. Shout out to Old School Ice Gree, EP to Hellcat. Shout out to all the black Chicago people doing it all around the world. Ran into DJ Gino the other day at the Soho House. See, I can't wait till I could say that. Like I ran into, man, people be like, I ran into Riis the Ruler over at Obsidian. Girl, his voice is just like it sound on the radio. I ran into Maze Jackson. His voice is just like it sounds on the radio. Except when he be trying to make it deep. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Don't forget, we got the Old School Classic Car Show coming August 6th. Do you have an old school classic car you want to show off? I want to put it on because you know what I love? I love when the kids see the old school cars, right? And they come out because they don't have any idea. Riis, I've been working on the Chevy, man. Driving the Chevy is so much different than driving the Porsche or the Benz. I be like, man, I feel unsafe sometimes. Because that car is like a straight like motor, transmission, gas tank, and seats. But I tell you what, if you do not want to get hit by the Chevy, because the Chevy ain't stopping. It's going through. It's going through. Unscratched, unscathed. Because, you know, the Chevy got the bumper that's this far out in front of the car. They'd be like, oh, yeah. And it's all steel. Like, I drive, it's like, I tried to put a magnet on one of my cars, Riis. It wouldn't even stick. You put on the Chevy, it's like, it's like it's all steel. When the cars was made the old way. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. We're going to move on to another topic that I think is important. I've been talking about it quite a bit. But I think we're at the forefront. And somebody pointed this out to me yesterday in my inbox. Shout out to the people who send programming thoughts to the show. So I think what I'm gonna do, Riis, is I'm gonna actually read the question that someone sent me, because then I can address it directly. Hold on one second, I'm gonna pull it up. Do you all know that there is what's her name? Marianne Ahern put a story about JB's polite war to win become the president, to lead the Democratic Party of Illinois. You all know since Mike Madigan has been gone, there has been a upheaval in Democratic politics. But as it seeks to sort itself out, a battle that started last year continues to play out this year. That is the battle, Riis, to become the head of the Democratic Party of Illinois. Now, we know that there's two camps right now. There's the J.B. Pritzker camp, and there's the Robin Kelly camp. And Riis, I feel like we've got a conundrum. So I'm going to read this question that was given to me yesterday. Dang, no, I just had it. Here it goes. The question was, okay, here's a topic for you. Robin Kelly's opponent for the committee, here's a topic for you. Robin Kelly's opponent for the chairman of the Democratic State Central Committee is State Representative Elizabeth Lisa Hernandez. She is being backed by Governor J.B. Pritzker and the Speaker of the House, Welch. Now, with this being wiftable, if Robin Kelly doesn't get back and the agenda moves more black power into the progressive Democrat hands, which is being headed by J.B. Pritzker, what should we do? Okay, that was a convoluted question. So here's the deal. There's a battle going on for the chairmanship of the Democratic Party of Illinois, right? That seat, it used to be the undisputed territory of Speaker of the House Mike Madigan. Since Mike Madigan has been gone, there was a fight last year. There was a scramble for power last year in which J.B. Pritzker backed Michelle Harris of the 8th Ward against Robin Kelly. J.B. Pritzker picked up all of kind of the old traditional black Democrats and the traditional party members, while Robin Kelly picked up a lot of the progressive and was backed more by Dick Durbin and his wing of the party. So understand that there's been, since when Mike Madigan was the president or was the chairman of the party, the Democratic National Convention. So you all understand there's the DNC, which this is the battle to control Illinois' voice at the Democratic National Convention. The Democratic National Convention voice is controlled by the people that are elected as state central committee people. There is a state central committee man and a state central committee woman for every, I want to say, congressional district in Illinois. Those people are elected and were elected on this last ballot. And what they do is they are our representatives at the DNC. So when you go to the Democratic National Convention and you see all of those, they vote on all of the policies that become the national platform. But Illinois has been excluded from that because prior to these last 2 years, Mike Madigan used the Democratic Party of Illinois specifically only to elect members of the House. Why? Because he used it as he used that money to fund his mail programs across the state. And because he was the boss, nobody could challenge him. Now he's gone, and now Illinois is re-entering the national scene. Pay attention. Right now, Illinois is in consideration now to be one of the lead primary states. It's also in contention to be the place for the Democratic National Convention, all coinciding at the time when J.B. Pritzker is angling or looking more and more like he is a presidential candidate. Does all this make sense at all? Okay. So now, if you're J.B. Pritzker, and you are seeking to be the undisputed champion of the state, because right now this is the battle to be the biggest boss in the state, and it really is a proxy war of J.B. Pritzker versus Dick Durbin. Now they're still allies, but they're fighting internally. Last time, J.B. Pritzker nominated Michelle Harris. Michelle Harris came something votes away from winning. Michelle Harris was not interested, but it was great for J.B. Pritzker to back a black woman to be the head of the Democratic Party. Now, he couldn't run a black woman against a black... he couldn't... It would not have been good for him to run a white woman against... Dagnabbit. It would not have been good for him to run a non-minority candidate against Michelle Harris against Robin Kelly, who had the opportunity to be what, Riis? The first black woman as head of the Democratic Party of Illinois. So what he had to do was find another black woman so that he wouldn't be destroying that legacy. Make sense? Now, the other part is, because of where she sits, Robin Kelly cannot raise money, which cripples the Democratic Party of Illinois, because J.B. Pritzker says, well, I'm the biggest donor, and if y'all don't play by my rules, I won't give money to you. I'll just give my money to my friends and my allies. Make sense? So now that the opportunity to elect the first black woman and make history is no longer on the table, and Michelle Harris is not interested in running again, J.B. Pritzker has found another candidate. Who is that candidate, Riis? That candidate is Elizabeth Lisa Hernandez. Now, Elizabeth Lisa Hernandez, what does she get to be, Riis? She gets to be the first Latina woman to lead the party. So now JB has the opportunity to make history again while not ever hurting himself, because remember, he wouldn't be replacing a black woman. He could just say, we have the opportunity to make the first Latina another woman of color. See y'all, woman of color? As the first Latina, right? So that's what's going on behind the scenes. So now in my inbox, people say, well, how does this work out? Riis, I would tell you that neither J.B. Pritzker nor Robin Kelly represent the self-interest of black people. Now, Robin Kelly ordinarily would, if I was Riis, if I was just, you know how I tell you, if I turn on the TV and I watch the fight and I see a black person fighting a white person, or a black person fighting a Latino person, I'm ordinarily, did I say white again? A black person fighting a non-melanated person or a Latina. Riis, ordinarily my instinct would be to do what? Back the black person. But now here we stand with this conundrum. Because Riis, we back the black person, and it's like we're all supposed to rally to protect the black woman as she is being moved out of space for, or as J.B. Pritzker now is attacking her, right? So the ordinary thing would be Mays would get all riled up and I'd be like, all right, man, we got to jump on this fight because we got to protect the black woman, right? Because remember me, I don't bring wood to the fire. But then I have to ask myself, we saw this fight last time, and how did it work out for black people? And remember when I tell you that oftentimes our choice is between bad and worse. So now, here's where we are, because my inbox says, well, JB is now supporting a Latina, and the black Speaker of the House is supporting this Latina. Now, what's in it for the black people? And would we be participating in the demise of Robin Kelly, a black woman, and should we get involved? Right? How is that was? But then my question becomes, so do we get involved in this race when the black woman, no shade at all, is actually more progressive than black, represents the interests of the progressive that are even further left than J.B. Pritzker, right? So now, where do black people fall in this race? Are we supposed to support? Now, let me back up. Let me help you understand the Speaker of the House. The Speaker of the House is now not looking at it as a black and white issue. He is looking at it as a member of his constituency running against a person of opposition. Lisa Hernandez is part of his leadership team in the House. So if he supports Lisa Hernandez and she runs and she wins, he becomes more powerful as the black Speaker of the House, right? And his ally in Springfield is J.B. Pritzker. It is not Don Harmon, right? So now the Speaker of the House has the biggest money person and the person that can help him if there is ever a challenge. Remember Blagojevich and Emo Jones and how they teamed up to whoop Speaker Madigan for a long time. So I'm just telling you the various dynamics as people have to make the decisions. So if I'm Chris Welch and I'm a black man and I have a Latina member of my caucus of the House, she's closer to him than any Robin Kelly, and she's closer to him than any black, and she'll be able to help him as a leader. Now, again, this ain't black self-interest. This is the various self-interests that are playing a role in here. So now if I'm Chris Welch, by supporting Lisa Hernandez, what does it do? It locks him down with his caucus because he's still got to get a vote from those same people to be reelected because he ain't Mike Madigan. So now if he goes against a member of his caucus who votes on him being a leader of all of the state, then he risks giving someone else in the caucus the opportunity to create an insurrection, because remember, the rules are not, he ain't been the speaker for 40 years and he can get voted out. Is all this making sense at all? So now here we sit today, right? And I was looking at my Facebook page, and Riis, on my Facebook page, you know, I make it where you can't post anything on it unless I approve it. In some kind of way, there was a post on my page from the Democratic women of Cook County, right? Shout out to Ricky Jones, got no disrespect. But I saw this thing, and it was calling out J.B. Pritzker for attacking the first black woman as the Democratic Party of Illinois, right? And of course, you know, everybody's going to bring that to me and say, man, we got to support this sister. We got to stand up. We got to do, right? But Riis, I got to ask, remember how I was telling you our team, that the black people in play right now are, even if they are progressive, they are not representing our self-interest as black folks, right? So they get to leverage the blackness, right? They get to leverage the blackness. So we got to stand with them. But then again, when do we see it play out? Did we see how did black people do politically how did our power increase while Robin Kelly was the chairman of the Democratic Party of Illinois last year? Did we get more black people in the mix or less? Or was it the same? Was there anything different, right? We saw a lot of, and I would challenge you to go to the Democratic Party of Illinois website, and then let's look and see how we did with Robin Kelly. I'm telling you what the dynamics are. It don't make a stop for whatever, but I'm going to tell you this. It's just like if you part of my club and you run, regardless of what it is, I'm going to support the people in my club before I support somebody outside. Got it? Like, yeah, like I feel like sometimes, like what I'm really trying to do is help you understand the various dynamics that are playing. How they play out is a different way. But understand that Chris Welch has already made an alliance with J.B. Pritzker. They are partners in Springfield. So, and a member of his caucus, a member who votes for him to be the Speaker of the House, is running against a person that can't help him at all and hasn't helped him at all. And you got to say, if Robin Kelly can't raise him any money or can't help him get his members elected and is not really even interested in that, then maybe not. So I just want y'all to understand what is going on, right? And now, Mace Jackson, here's me. We won't bring a rope to the lynching, but I don't know that we've seen the benefit from Robin Kelly for black people. Now I'm getting some text, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe somebody will give me, but right, here we go. Let me ask, did any progressives come to Speaker Welch's event? Right? He's the Speaker of the House of Illinois. How many look at this. This is a great point. So now that we got the chairmanship of the party, how many black printers, strategists, communications people, fundraising, what have we seen as black people with the black president, right? How y'all telling me about I always find myself in this place where I got to support people based on their blackness, right? And so they get to take the blackness and hammer us with it, and everybody else eats. I just think we got to think about where do we fit. I don't know that we do better with either one. But here's what I do know. What I do know right now is if we put ourselves in a position, right? Like right now, our blackness is being leveraged against us at the State Central Committee location. So at what point does the chairman, the person that wants black people to rally up and to tell JB to stop, what point does she come to the black community and say, okay, black folks, here's my plan for you? Right? Because we know how the progressive thing works out. Remember how the progressive palm card went? Remember what Chewy looked like and what Tony looked like at the end of the last election cycle? And remember I told you they're trying to protect themselves while giving away our livelihoods? I gotta ask you, who did better? Tell me what black candidates benefited from the support of the Democratic Party of Illinois this go-round. David Moore didn't. Pat Dow didn't, right? Like, what black Democrat benefited from the support of the Democratic Party of Illinois this year? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Have we seen the growth of black women? Have we seen participation? Fundraising? Printing? Field? Body person? Understand, I keep telling you, when black people get in these spots and they don't put anybody black in, then we miss the opportunity. I'm looking at these emails that I get from the Democratic Party of Illinois every day, and this diverse group of progressive names comes to my inbox every day. Think about that being the opportunity for somebody black and developing. If they're not going to develop us, if they built a whole apparatus to go around the established places where black people already dwell, because they ain't going to be there, and both of them have done it, what reason do we have to get involved in this at all? Like, what I'm saying, I won't bring a rope, but should I stop it? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue the conversation. Plus, I want to talk a little bit about Obsidian because I had a great weekend this weekend. We'll talk about it more when we come back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me.
Hey, Chicagoland, all roads lead to Solo Beauty Supply, the largest black-owned beauty supply in Chicago. We carry a large selection of natural hair care products, plus much more. So come see us at one of our two locations, located at 9011 South Ashland or 8158 South Cottage Grove. Our inventory is growing, and with your support, Solo Beauty will continue to be a source of pride in our community.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20 piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on, girl. Why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I wanna check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your clothes on. When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? When you're at the job just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, give it more. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting your own woman. No, why you gotta look so good? With your hair done and your nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws give it minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos, and we were talking about this battle for control of the Democratic Party. Let me also say this. Your lot has already been cast. Right? Like, when you voted for a state central committee man or a woman, you already cast your vote. This is now, what we are now discussing is what is happening behind closed doors or behind the scenes. Because we as voters don't have a right or a say in this beyond voting for our representative there. So, like, we could be mad, we could be whatever, but the die has already been cast. And I think we have to understand power dynamics in the space. I've been watching and looking at the comments, and it's like, I still think it all adds up to math, and it all is about addition and inclusion. Understand that understand that this is a proxy war. So the power ain't going to Robin Kelly or Lisa Hernandez. The power is going to either J.B. Pritzker or Dick Durbin. So pick who you with, right? Like, that's the debate. Like, I'm explaining to you who are the players and why. And so while we getting bent out of shape, like, the speaker didn't pick that person. I'm sure that the governor called him and said, this is who we got. She's a member of your leadership caucus. This is somebody you can't deny. Now, no, him supporting that person does not mean that the Latinos will not run a candidate against him. What it means is he probably won't have to worry about the Latinos participating in the white guys. Gosh darn it. The moderate guys trying to use the Latinos against him, right? First rule, put your own mask on first. What you look like going against somebody that's part of your team. We talk black. They got to talk the whole thing, right? We talking black. I'm talking to us about our self-interest right now, like, and understanding all the dynamics. So I ain't caught up in who Chris Welch supported. The speaker supported. I ain't caught up in that. I'm not caught up in the black dude supporting the Latino in this space, because the reality is it's two white men battling for power using black people and Latino people as proxies. So now my question is, because the premise is that somebody is going to light a match under Mace Jackson, and I'm supposed to jump on this black woman, like lead a black lady. I'm not going to go against her, but I'm not jumping on the bandwagon of, oh my God, we have to protect this person in the spot, when the person in the spot, like, I don't know. And I often tell you that black people, when put in the spot, I have been convinced that they don't have to deal with black people because they already got them. And just like they was getting ready to try and leverage me to be screaming on the radio and screaming and talking about I'm in the defense because of my blackness. So I wind up supporting the person that supports the pink and green and all the other hairs and all of that other stuff, right? It's like you get caught in between a rock and a hard place, and I'm just telling you what the dynamics are right now. And the crazy part is, here's the thing, nothing I say really makes a difference, because none of us have a vote on who's going to be the chair of the party. That is left up to the state central committee people. And if you weren't up on that before, then the reality is, right, we probably didn't make an informed decision. You just picked the name you liked or didn't like, or the only choice that was there. But understand that your elected officials, so the people that you are going to talk to, right, are going to be making this decision. Are they Robin Kelly? What you mean I could say black but not the other? Someone please explain. I'm giving them a break. I've been told by a variety of people that I have spent a significant amount of time, and so I am leaving them to their own devices. But I do want us to understand, like, the part of the reason I was having this conversation is because I woke up and it was like I looked at my page and I saw this thing on my page, and it was like it almost gave the opinion that I was going to be supporting the current chairperson, and how dare JB run a candidate against the first black woman, which probably, if you would have talked to me a year ago, you probably would have got me on that. But then when I turn around and I look and I say, and I go down the checklist and I say, well, when you had a chance to do black people, how did that work? My checklist don't come up the same. I don't know about the Lisa Hernandez, so right now I'm glad I don't have a race. I'm glad I don't have a vote on this. Because quite frankly, I can't tell you what either one of them would do for black people. And I would honestly say I probably would have a harder time listening to a black person avoid telling me what they're going to do for black people than somebody not. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Where should black people land on this? Should we be supporting Robin Kelly, the first black woman as the chairman of the Democratic Party? How's it worked out for us? I don't know what it means for us to support Lisa Hernandez. I just am kind of confused. Not that we get a vote at all. This is a decision that is being made by the State Central Committee, but I certainly will be watching. Last time, JB supported the first black woman he put two black women up against each other. That didn't work. So now we're going to see what's happening. And who do we think Chuy Garcia is? But I would argue, because let me just say this so that we can start to understand a little bit more. If I was just making a generic calculation, I'd say that Chuy would be supporting his colleague. Who's his colleague? Who does he have to go to meetings with and sit next to? Robin Kelly. She's a congresswoman. Make sense? So if I'm Chewy, even though I've been with JB because JB is going to need me somewhere else, I support my girl because she's the progressive. Remember, Lisa Hernandez goes to the traditional Latino group or the old school, the other one, the machine ones. So I just want y'all to understand the dynamics that are happening, right? If I'm Chewy, I support Robin Kelly. Because guess what? I then get to claim that too. But remember, they are Congress people together. Very similar to the way that JB and Speaker Welch are in the state government together. Like, there's different dynamics besides black and white playing in this. Quite frankly, black and white are the last things playing in it, and we are looking at it black and white. Now, if you was to sit down and draw a relationship map, the relationship map would not be based on black and white if you were looking at the decision-making process. So I want y'all to be broader in your thought. I want you to understand our self-interest, but don't be so myopic that you don't understand why people are making the decisions that they're making, because they ain't making them based on black and white. That's what we do. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning, Anthony. How you feeling, man?
I'm okay. First of all, did JB get Anna Valencia, the Secretary of State's office?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So obviously something ain't clicking with him being totally in charge, because that's who he backed, him and Jesse White. Okay? One of our problems, in my opinion, okay, is when we get a statewide office or a citywide office, first thing one of the black candidates that win, or, I'm all the people's representative. And other people ain't drawn out that well, okay? They're always trying to find somebody young, somebody they can vote for years to come and stuff like that. And most of the black incumbents, I'll call them, statewide, citywide, what have you, they're trying to be there forever. They ain't looking towards the future. They're looking toward the future, but they're in the future. They're not trying to make the party stronger, okay? So that's going to always be a problem. You sit there, you look at Danny Davis, not to just jump on him, brother. I like him, but he's been around forever. He needs to be replaced, okay? Bobby Rush, all but died in office. Hate to say it, but he finally decided to step aside. He was so out of power, his candidate couldn't even run. Couldn't win. So, until we start trying to put people in office, that are young and maybe can do a term or two, you know what I'm saying? That's another reason when people start hollering at term limits, I have to look into that, because a lot of this stuff is because the same people are running for the same offices. You just, you recognize, like you said, you recognize the names, so you go ahead and vote for them. But it ain't no guarantee that the people that J.B. Pritzker, supports are gonna win. Because at the end of the day, he got to have black people vote for him. And if they don't vote for these people, what happens? They lose. The one statewide office that we still have is the Attorney General, right? That, and you got his lieutenant governor, statewide recognition, but hey, ain't either one of them got nothing to say about nothing.
Man,
your boy Kwame Raoul,
hey man, he trying to get reelected, man. Like, I guess, but he don't have nothing to do with this. Like, just so we clear, he's not involved in this mix. And I will say, that I don't think that there are any guaranteed endorsements that get you over the top. I think the biggest factor to get you over the top is money, right? Right now it's money because black folks ain't upset, like, because we keep reelecting the same people. But I do think you've got to recognize this is a Democrat. This ain't a black people struggle. Like, if we were playing in a party, that'd be a different thing. This is a Democratic Party power struggle that we're injecting race into. But I think that the people in the mix don't want to talk about race. The people that have a vote, they're not going to necessarily talk the race. They're going to want for us, right? So here's the thing. Somebody would like for Mays Jackson to point out the fact that this black woman is being not attacked, but trying to be run out of office by a white guy. But they won't say it. Like, nobody else will say it. So it then becomes, we want to get the Mau-Maus to get worked up, to get all upset because this is a black thing. And then won't nobody say nothing about no black people for the next year. Not for the next year. And I just, like, I'm glad that I don't have a vote. And I don't have a lot to say on this space, but I just know that don't come, like, I'm just telling you, don't be coming to me like, woe is me. When the time for you to step up for black folks, you don't do it. But then all of a sudden when they come for you, then we all supposed to be like, why is we Hey, man, y'all, that's Democratic Party politics. How has it worked out for us? Did anybody get an answer to what's in it for the black people from any of them? Go to the live line. Call you on the Mays Jackson Show. Caller?
Good morning.
Good morning, Katie. Hey, Katie, president of the Phone Club. What's going on over there?
Oh, a lot. I've been reading about Pritzker versus Camp versus Durbin Camp and trying to understand. It's very interesting. But the bottom line for me is which section is going to do what black people, that's going to do something to increase the power of black people in the state of Illinois. I don't know why is Pritzker and Durbin fighting each other in the first place. I mean, the Republicans, they stick together for the party. So with the fact that they're fighting against each other, I don't understand that. Why are they fighting against each other?
Because
that is.
I'll tell you why, though, Katie, real quick. So for years and years, and if you go to any other state, usually the senior senator is among the most powerful people in the state. Mike Madigan essentially made Dick Durbin a little guy in Illinois politics and made him a small. So Dick Durbin was the man nationally, but could come home and he had to bow down to Mike Madigan. And so finally, after Madigan was removed from office, he thought that he would then ascend to become the boss, especially at a national level. And then here comes J.B. Pritzker, right? And you know, Dick Durbin, he claims Barack Obama, like he can then use the black woman to be him saying, I champion this black woman, but she's going to take all of the direction from him. Because remember, they're all part of the D.C. caucus as well. So Dick Durbin, Tammy Duckworth, Bobby Rush, Danny Davis, all of them are part of the congressional delegation. So they are part of Illinois at a national level, right? And so they're operating because they want to be they want to run Illinois and be a big player nationally at the DNC level. Whereas J.B. Pritzker also wants to be at a DNC level, but he's on a short-term trajectory because he's doing it more so to be the president, right? And to move Illinois as a player in the state. And so essentially, it's like two brothers, right? An older brother and a younger brother, and they both are fighting to get the car that dad left behind, right? Like dad love you both, we both family, but I want the car. I want the antique car, and they are used, but they can't let you see it. So they use other people, right? Which is the black woman. First there was two black women. Now it's a black woman versus a Latino woman. Because again, if JB puts a white man up to go against her or a white woman to go up against her, then guess what happens? Then Robin Kelly can leverage the black card. Well, now they both in this people of color space because they're not competing for our voice. They're competing for the white people in between's voice. And so white people in between get to pick between a people of color. So if you leave Robin Kelly, you don't have to feel guilty because you were racist. You can go find space with the woman of color, so we get to still say, remember when we gave up the first black Secretary of State for the first Latino woman of color? Remember that with Jesse White? That's the same thing that's happening here. And so understand that this is not about either of the two candidates. It is about the two candidates being in a position to be the top dog without ever having to get their hands dirty specifically. So J.B. Pritzker tried the black woman to black woman thing. That didn't work. As black women start to fall off and lose their luster to the Democratic Party, what's the next step? Who's moving up? The Latinos. So now I get to take a Latina, and if I take a Latina from the Speaker's caucus, he can't go against somebody that's on his own thing. Right? So I box you in. So when I'm making my decision, I'm making the decision to box as many people in and alleviate all of these concerns. Now, I tell you this, but ain't nobody talking about it. They're just going to say it's a soft proxy war between JB. But understand that right now, JB knows he can't afford to diss black people. So that's why this conversation is going to stay on their side in the space of people of color. Robin Kelly, because she's progressive, can't go all the way extra out because she still got to represent those white progressive women. Now, the white progressive women, dagnabbit, that's two more. I'm going to just have to put a 5. I need to change. Oh, I got another $1. The women are happy to leverage the blackness. The pink-haired, green, progressive people are very adept at leveraging blackness and people of color to their benefit for their power. Haven't we seen that on so many times? Where women who live north with colorful hair and different ideas often will run up. And remember I told you, if you look at social media right now, all of these people from the north side are taking a ton of pictures with black people because they know they about to get into some racial stuff. So watch all the progressive. I want you to pay attention to all the state central committee people and look at their Facebook pages and their Twitters and all this, because when they start getting ready to cross Robin Kelly out, I bet you they take so many pictures with diverse people of black color or of color. And how many of them will be praising? Remember, if they are able to X Robin Kelly out, guess what? It will be, we are so excited to have elected the first Latina woman of color to lead the Democratic Party of Illinois. And guess what? The only people who are going to be mad about that is you, Katie. That's you. That's it. Get it?
Yes, I get it. Yeah. It's really something. It's really something. And my last word is thanks for sharing that. I'm beginning to I'm seeing now, but my thing is what's in it for the black people in the state of Illinois. And I see what you're saying, that they're using us with these proxy wars. So it's very interesting. So we got to decide on what we're going to do and where we, how we want to fight it. But thank you.
You're welcome, Katie. Well, just so y'all know, we are out of it, right? Unless y'all gonna get on the phone and call, we're out of it. This is now a Democratic Party private club that we gonna watch on TV. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. They done got all my money up here. We gonna talk about it. Ooh, excuse me. When we come back, we gonna switch it up and lighten it up a little bit more. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people? I want to know, is there an offensive black people list? Who manages it, and do black people have to honor it?
Maze. You're Uncle Tom. That's why you're an offensive. And the reason why you're Uncle Tom is the real story of Uncle Tom. How he worked for his freedom, and then the slave master reneged on him and wouldn't let him get his freedom. So you know what he did? He left. You're messing with the church's money. You were smart enough to work your way off, so you offended the white folks, and then you offended the black folks because your ass left, and because they wouldn't. And who manages the left is both black folks and white folks, because if you see in that situation, the black folks is just as mad as the white slave owner at time left.
What happens if you say that and someone gets offended?
You ran off the plantation, brother. That's why you're offensive. That's all I got, bro. Keep being offensive.
Thank you.
Maze Jackson. And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:36 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicago morning early traffic and weather report. As we head over to the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop is 29 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 25. On the Edens Deerfield to the Exchange, 36 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 28. Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 58 minutes. 31 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson, we have from I-355 to the Dan Ryan, 38 minutes. Outbound, 35. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 32 minutes, 27 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 18 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive South, 55th to Jackson, and back will be 8 minutes, as well as the north side, 8 minutes as well. Today's weather, it is currently now 73 and partly cloudy. Today will be a high of 75 with a low of 66. I'm Riis the Ruler, The Maze Jackson Show.
To go to jail, put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay this fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Oh, yeah. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there? Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there?
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, and we are closing up the show. I thought this was a funny question in Politico today. They said, we asked whether you share the same political views as your significant other. Let me tell you what that is. No, I'm not. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, on the ones and twos. And I want to talk a little bit about Obsidian. Riis, I have been so fired up about my next adventure. Riis, I tell you, I've always, since I've been in Chicago, I've always known about the private social clubs and everything, whether it's the Union League Club, whether it was the, what's the one at the top of the thing, and everybody, all the black people always, I remember every time somebody would find out about a new private club, the Mid-America Club and the, what's the club at the Sears Tower and all of the places in Riis. Since the pandemic, there's been an explosion of private members-only clubs throughout the country. And I'm proud to say that we are entering the field. The month of August, we will launch Obsidian, which we consider the premier members only club on the south side of Chicago. Riis, we got everything. Not everything, but it's a lot of stuff coming. Now, you know, I'm a member of I've been members of private clubs, whether it's been the East Bank, whether it's Soho House, whether it has been Mid-America Club, and then a variety of attempts that brothers have made throughout time. Each one of them picking up some learning, some aspect. But Riis, I have finally come to the point where we are opening up in the month of August our premier members only club. Now, part of the reason that Riis, I'm going to be honest with you, I've been very nervous about this concept only because, you know, we tend to believe in colder white ice. Like colder white ice. Now, we'll go party in the hood. We'll go party at a hole in the wall. But where do we go? Riis, I don't want to be at the club. Like, I don't want... I'll be honest with you, I want to sit down. I want to be able to have some good conversation. I want to sit. I don't want to sit in a chair that I be wondering, man, is it going to fall? Is it going to break? I want a nice, clean bathroom. And so, Riis, as we built out Obsidian, and I got to be honest with you, it's a smaller, it's not huge, it's about 2,500 square feet, maybe. Every single piece of Obsidian is an experience. One of the things that I was tremendously concerned about was what would the furniture look like. I know this sounds crazy, right? But I feel like, Riis, you know black people that go outside and they be like, man, they can find a problem with everything. Like everything. But I be like, but dog, I've been to your house. But they be like, so Riis, you know what we did? I told y'all this before. We went to the Four Seasons. And we said to the Four Seasons, Riis, you been to the Four Seasons? You know what that is? You been there, right? Right? So we go to the Four Seasons and we say, hey, what did it take for us to get these chairs and these tables that the titans of business and the best of the best come in? And Riis, even though Carrie was looking at me like, what you doing? We bought the tables and the chairs, Riis, from the Ritz-Carlton. I mean, not the Ritz-Carlton, from the Four Seasons. Then, Riis, I was thinking, but I was like, so let me go find a couch. Because I was like, we got to find some couches. And so, Riis, when I went to go find the couch, you know, I was going, like, because you know where I was going to go, Riis? I ain't going to even lie to you. I was going to go to Value City. I like Value City, I ain't going to lie. You can find some steals in Value City. But as I was doing it, I thought about all of the old world clubs and the places that I have gone. And Riis, Like when you ever been to them chairs, you ever see those chairs people got where they got the arms and they got the pads and they got the feet on them and it's like, it's actual feet and it look like a lion's foot or something? I was like, them the chairs we need. Now, Riis, them chairs was a little different than the chairs I could have got at Value City. But I said when people sit down, I want them to say, I'm sitting in the finest seats ever. So I convinced the Ritz to sell me some of their chairs, Riis. Then, Riis, I said, well, what about the other seating areas? And so, Riis, we went through. You ever sat in a $4,000 chair?
Probably, I never knew it.
Right. And that, to me, is what we want the experience to be. You'd be like, what kind of chair is this? Don't worry about it. You sit, right. And then you look at Riis, I haven't always looked at design. I haven't always paid attention to, sometimes. But Riis, every seating area has been carefully curated to give you a specific feel. I'll be honest with you. This has been a labor of love, and I cannot wait until August to start to give members. Now, tours will be available. Tennille just got the link done, so I'll put up the thing. But if you are interested in becoming a member of Obsidian, it's Chicago's premier members-only club on the south side of Chicago. Free parking, all of that good stuff. I want you to arrange a tour. I also want you to come check us out during our membership drive. Riis, you eat tacos on Tuesdays? You be tripping. So you got to come to Taco Tuesday, man.
I usually come for the other tea in the top. It's tacos and tequila.
So there's going to be some of that, too.
That's what I come for. The tequila.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you, though. We got Taylor's Tacos to kick it off. People love Taylor's Tacos. Look, every week for 3 weeks, for 4 weeks, it's going to be a taco off.
So it's like a version of your like open house.
Yes, it is like open house. So you can see what it is. You can understand and experience the member events, right? Because we're going to have member exclusive events, right? There's going to be times when you can come. Riis, if do you ever go to you go to Soho during the day, and it's like you pull out your laptop, you sit there, you might get up and walk around, you might go play your game of pool or a game of ping pong.
No, we usually do that in Starbucks, and we don't do that in my neighborhood. We go sit in Starbucks.
Okay, well, I'm here to tell you, it's gonna be Wi-Fi, but you don't want to sit down. Now I'm gonna tell you, you can reserve a table, right? Reserve seating. They even have, as soon as Tennille give us the grass, an outdoor smoking patio where you can literally sit out in big comfy chairs and toke your cigar and watch as the cars drive by almost on an artificial lawn.
Okay, I see y'all out there.
Riis, I'm telling you, I am telling you, if you ever wake up on a Saturday morning, you be flipping through ESPN and you say, "Dang, they go to a Illini game." I feel like watching the Illini game, but you don't feel like sitting in the house. So you gotta call your boy up and be like, "Is the man cave ready?" Like, "Nah, man, my wife down here washing." Right? Duh. How your wife got clothes on the floor in the man cave? We pose it. Man, you know what? You got your Obsidian card?
Man, don't talk about that. You got it.
Yeah, man. You build a man cave and then your lady come put the dirty clothes in the man cave. Fam, just right? You don't gotta do it. You ain't gotta do it. Riis, you out south and you need a place to meet, trying to have lunch, but you don't want to go. You know what you do? You hit your Cash App. I mean, not your Cash App. Your Uber Eats or your Grubhub, and you send it to the location. And Riis, depending on what level of membership, you get plastic or fine china. Right? And then they bring it out to you on your plate, and you be like, "Wait a minute, I ain't even know y'all." Let me ask though. Do you all have a desire? See, I ain't no lounge, it ain't no bar, it ain't no club. It's a place to be. It's a place to convene. If you would have been there on Saturday, Riis, you would have been tripping out. Because it was like they solved the whole, like within 2 hours, they had figured everything out in the whole entire world. I was like, Dad, y'all solved this? But it was like, brothers, they got there at 10 o'clock, Reese, and they just started chilling. Look, you need a place to throw your birthday party. You need a place to host your baby shower. You want to have the people over, but you don't want to clean up the house? Reese, we got it. Oh, no, the heroin tent ain't that. No heroin. No heroin tents. No.
We can't come down off our high before we walk in first.
Well, depending on the high. You come with your cousin. But no, Reese, parking. I am excited about Obsidian because we finally, now somebody gonna be tripping on me, but I find like we finally have a place to be. Right? A place where Intwa Dumela can come curse us all out while having a cigar and a slushie. Reese, you play pool? You any good?
Yes, sir.
You ain't no good.
So
and they talking about they gonna have spade and biz tournaments on Friday. They got board games. Reese, they got the classic board games though. Like they Monopoly, it's like a wood board. Reese, they got giant Jenga out there. They got the Jenga that be this tall. And they got the Connect 4. They got the tabletop Connect 4. They have everything that you could possibly need. Mario, they just ordered big chairs so you could sit outside with an Obsidian ashtray and make a big old long ash. But you got to be a member. Now, here's the thing, right? This is a member-driven location, and it requires membership, right? And the first thing people ask me, what we get? Everything on that flyer. Everything. Plus, Reese, we're going to continue to have programming. So you want to learn about cryptocurrency and you don't know? Come to one of our member development events. Comes with your membership. Come in, reserve a seat. You might just want to come. Reese, I know you, man. Y'all might decide y'all just want to get a couch after week 304 Wednesdays and just sit in the couch and bring your crew and just have a conversation. Now, you got to tell Toy, though. She got to be a member. You can't fly Spirit. You cannot fly Spirit.
It's either fly Spirit or the membership fee, man. You can't.
Right. You're gonna have to go ahead and upgrade. Look, house music. We hate house music. No, it's a video jukebox, so you pick what you want to play. But you know, I'm sure the house heads can have a house head night. Not for house music dancing, but if y'all want to listen to it, just make sure I'm not there. Tennille is going to run the gardening class. Tennille and Danny's, let me tell you, it is a place for every group that you have. So here go the thing. Like if you in a club and your people ain't members, you can rent the place and say, we want to have gardening night at Obsidian. And as long as it's a space, you can have it. Reese, you ever been somewhere where everybody know your name?
Yeah, sometimes it's unfortunate. But
yeah, unfortunately, right. I be like in places where everybody knows my name. But so can I tell you what I want?
They see your real name, like if somebody say Maison, then like they know you. You be like, who said that?
My mama been around here somewhere.
Right, that's why I be like, I heard my real name, like it's very rare. So I be like, this must be somebody from like grammar school or something like that. So it's cool sometimes, but yeah, but like the place sound nice, man.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you, Reese, they just got the China. Now you ain't got to get the temporary. You know how you been giving you the temporary the aluminum pans. They ain't even got the temporary aluminum pans no more.
I'm gonna go apply on Indeed real quick.
Oh, you know what? Why you tripping though? Quiet as it's kept. So all of the membership information will be going up and online. We got the membership software and everything together. So be ready for August. I do want to encourage you all, if you know somebody with an old school car, we want to get them in our car show on August 6th. It's $25 entry, $250 to the winner. Plus, we're going to be giving games, prizes, and trophies to the cars. We want people to come vote on what their favorite car is, what it look like. I think I'm going to win. I'm ready to pull out the old school. Reese, you better call one. I bet your cousin got an old school. I bet you got a cousin with old school.
My brother got old school.
See, tell him,
Like I say, I know.
come on, tell cousin,
I
tell old brother, come on, get it. Take a picture, because we're going to be talking smack. I'm going to start a Facebook page to talk smack. Be like, you ain't really got no old school.
May just trying to look at y'all old schools before they pull up to see what he got to do to his.
Old school.
Yeah, I'm
going to be like y'all send y'all pictures. I'm be like, ooh, let me give me a raccoon tail.
Yeah.
I ain't give me a raccoon tail.
Ooh, I ain't thinking that
right there. Now, my car can't win unless it wins. You know what I'm saying? But look, Obsidian, you know what? Obsidian could be hiring. Actually, we do need to hire. But let me tell you something, though. Your attitude got to be right. Because you know how black people, like Riis, this is what I was thinking. I'm going to make y'all mad real quick. So do you have to have should we hire white staff at Obsidian? So when you say, bring that, get it, bring it, get it. Riis, I want to hire diverse staff. Riis, I want to hire. Maybe I should hire. We should hire. So here's the thing. People were worried. They were like, is it black people only? No, everybody can apply. We have a membership review committee. And we're going to want to know what your answer to WIFBA is. But Riis, do you think we should have, I'm just saying. Remember how in the old days, they had the places like the Pullman Porters? And all the other people would be coming to the event. They would always have all black servants and staff. Wouldn't it be super dope? If we was ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. If I put a bell on all the tables and be ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. And then Ken shows up and says, hello, sir. What may I get you? No? I'm just saying. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. I'll work that bell. I have a big bell. Ja-jing, ja-jing, ja-jing.
You gonna dong.
Right. Ding. I have a gong dong. Dong. Now, don't y'all be complaining because, look, y'all want staff. Y'all gonna want the place to be open. I gotta pay people. So I need you to support the place. Help me help you. You know, I got to buy dishes. Riis, they said, man. Regina, get them cars. I need them in. No, Martell, I will not. Yeah, look, I'm at $10. I think I did good for $10. We gonna have to, I think I can get it down by the end of the week. I think I could you think I can make it through, I could say the color. I just can't say the color in reference to a person. I think, how about, you think I could do a politically correct show? I want to do the Maze Jackson show, the politically correct version, where we don't offend anyone. But you know exactly, so I think what we're going to have to do is this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to think of all the offensive words that I use, and I'm going to ask for you all to create a Black Thesaurus so that we know what we talk about, but I don't say nothing that offends nobody. That cool? You know what I'm saying? How would you redefine the word that will not be said? Right? And how do we say all the things that we want to say in a way that makes it all good? That's why we have Obsidian, though. Because at Obsidian, Riis, you're going to be okay, man. You can say what you feel. You could be black. You could be white. You could apply. Martell, you jinx me. You jinx me, dog. You jinx me. Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson show. Yes, there's plenty of diversity. We got all colored chairs. We got a green table. We got white couch. We got every color in the world, in the universe. No, I'm going to do a politically correct show. It's going to be Maze Jackson, the PC version. I think that would be fun to do. To use no references. Cassandra said, nah, We ain't gonna be stressed out. We are not gonna be stressed out. We gonna do it super politically correct, and we gonna have fun with it, right? Like y'all just gotta come up with all the descriptors. You remember Mad Libs? Did you ever do Mad Libs when you was a kid? Prosser.
What's that?
Prosser.
CPS.
CPS.
Ad lib.
Mad Libs.
What the heck is Mad Lib?
See, this
What
is
it, though?
this is part of y'all problem.
For real.
Y'all
What is-
have missed.
I should know that.
Okay, nobody has ever done Mad Libs.
What is it?
You never did a Mad Lib.
I don't know what it is. I
Mad
probably have,
Libs,
but I don't know what it is.
when they say give us a noun, give us a verb, give us a adjective, give us a noun, and then whatever noun, verb, or whatever you put there, then you read the story and you insert the noun. So it says noun, and let's say you say horse, okay? The horse, and it says verb, and you say jumped, right? The horse jumped, and then give me a adjective, and then like you fill in all of these blanks, and then you read the story with the words that you put. It's to teach you subject, verb, all of that good stuff.
Yeah, we did. Okay. Yeah,
And then it'd be like a crazy story.
We didn't call it that though. It just,
No, yes you did. You either didn't or you did, because it was a book. Mad Libs is a book.
No, it wasn't a book. They just
Yes,
had to do
Reis.
it.
See,
I know,
they
I'm
was
saying it
copy
could have
and
been
paste.
a book, but I'm telling
y'all,
you.
see, this is what happened to
like,
CPS.
I was just
They
filling
have-
in. Now, for real,
Y'all had worksheets.
Huh?
That was worksheets for y'all.
Yeah, exactly. Worksheet. I'm telling you, I swear that's the truth. I'm telling you. We did that. Like I remember doing that exact thing. They never told us what name, inserted things where it belong. Woo, woo, yeah. Like even take homes, put your own noun in that adjective to see if you knew exactly what to put things at. Yeah, we had it, but it was never called a what again? What is it called?
Mad Libs. Like we had Mad Libs. We had Mad Libs it was like we looked up to the Mad Lib. Like we couldn't wait for Mad Libs moment. Right? Well, we had Mad Libs in the school, and our teacher Miss Higginbotham would be like, all right, it's time for Mad Libs. And we all run to the front of the board. I got the noun, because then you'd be thinking of the craziest nouns and verbs. And what it did was, you wanted the story to be so stupid, right? So you would be like.
It was all of y'all putting in.
Yeah, she would pick, like, give me a noun, give me a verb, right?
Okay.
And then it would be like, Johnny
probably,
Rocket Ship.
That's probably why. Because in my day, that embarrassed somebody. Because somebody might say a verb and noun a verb, and somebody might have got offended. So they didn't want to single out a student in case you didn't know what a verb was or a noun was.
You should be singling out the teacher.
No, or that too. So what they did was, like, I can't create a story if I know that I got 30 kids in my class and only 20 of them can really tell me what's an appropriate noun, pronoun, verb. You know what I'm saying? So they like, I can't play this game because
They're like, give me we should make ghetto Mad Libs. We should do a ghetto version of Mad Libs where it'd be like, give me a noun, ninja. That ninja, John the Ninja. No.
John and Phonem.
Phonem has said.
What?
Right. All right, y'all. Yeah, don't forget, also at now we're gonna have for Obsidian, for you basic people, we'll have basic night for spades players. Basic night for spades players. We will have elite night for bid whiz players. Basic play. If you are a basic card player, but I'm saying, like, I'm saying, like, it's a tournament.
You better ask Ruthie about me. I went over there and just say and ran up.
You can't play no spades, Reis.
You better ask Ruthie about me.
Man, please. Spades. First of all, I like, do y'all, like, is spades like the universal game?
Nah, because apparently these new kids don't know how to play spades at all.
I want to get a game of in between going over there. Man, could you imagine a game of in between with some real players? Woo! Let me tell y'all what. Obsidian, do not miss it. Get ready. And y'all, I hear that there's getting ready to be a network of black social and co-working spaces. So let's get in this network and let's make sure that we got a place for ourselves to be. We always jump in the car and drive downtown. And I've been having people say, man, you want me to? Yep. It's your own. You ain't got to wonder if they looking at you funny. And Reis, I made it through the last few minutes without saying Vanilla Sky. So, look out. It is the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson. For my man, DJ Riis, for Ruthie, who's not here today, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Yeah, have y'all noticed I lost a lot of weight? I don't be looking fat in my T-shirts no more. They used to be popped out to here. The what's in this part would be out. But if you don't like it,
that was that COVID weight for you. Out that COVID weight.
No, it was that campaign weight. Don't eat. It's the Maze Jackson Show. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack